Alright, y'all read the title. This is a good and bad video on Black Ops 6. Let's start off with the bad. Servers. I don't think it's a surprise that this is getting mentioned, though it's still really annoying. I'll be in the middle of a game, and then the game just ends up crashing. Having good servers should be the minimum for new COD games, but it just isn't. Maps. I've already mentioned this, but the launch maps are below average. Red Card, Lowtown, and Babylon are my least favorite maps in the game. Red Card, you get a red card for just existing. However, it's not just the maps individually, it's how they are in the same map pool. I'd be less harsh on Payback if it wasn't sharing a bed with Subsonic, two maps that favor close-range guns. And the big maps that we do have play as well as Star Wars Outlaws. I hate how these maps mostly cater to close combat. Yes, you can of course use long-range guns on them, but you're not gonna do as well with them on these maps as you would on a map, say, Invasion. It doesn't help that Nuketown was guaranteed to be in the game, so what's the point in having so many of these small maps? As for the strike maps, I think they're good for what they are designed for. Gunfight. I know Gala is a map that sucks when you're playing TDM, but that's not what it's intended for, so I don't hate it for that. And the new Season 1 maps, I'll talk about them in the good section. Recon. Yes, this thing has been nerfed, but it needs one for its High Alert ability. High Alert is a very powerful perk, which is why it had a counter in Cold-Blooded in previous games. Bro, in Black Ops 6 Warzone, Cold-Blooded counters High Alert. That's how it should be in multiplayer. It doesn't help that Ninja helps activate the Recon specialty, so it's gonna be everywhere. Just make Cold-Blooded counter it, that's all it needs to be properly balanced. Headshots. Since when did hitting headshots barely do any more damage than hitting anywhere else on the body?
What the f is that?
From what I've heard, the developers made it this way so it didn't feel like he got killed so quickly in a 1v1 because the enemy hit his headshots. Okay, fine, but then they make every gun require 100 headshots for the camo grind. This is like selling your Nintendo Switch because you don't use it anymore, but then buying the dock for it. Now, this isn't the case for every gun. Snipers and marksman rifles will always one-shot when hitting the head, but it's really annoying when you hit a headshot with an AR and it only takes one less bullet to kill. Yes, I know you can equip an attachment to increase the damage, but it's still dumb. What's also dumb is kill order. This mode just promotes camping. Yes, domination and hardpoint promote camping, but those modes have the objective in predetermined areas, and to gain points, you have to sit on the objective for some time. Kill order has you or a teammate as an objective, and it just looks like a family going on vacation. Yes, I know you get points for killing anyone, but if you don't get the HVT multiple times in the match, then you're gonna lose. Skill-based matchmaking. I know, you're tired of both hearing and complaining about it, but if I don't include it, then people are gonna question why it's not here. This is a problem with any newborn Call of Duty. The first month is so sweaty because it's the die-hard players who are buying it full price, and then once Christmas passes, then things will chill out. It's annoying, yeah, let's move on. Spawns. Why is it that almost every new COD game has garbage spawns? I feel like every map is like Shipment because of how bad they are. Now they'll get better as time goes on, but seriously, this should at least be above average. Removing infected. I don't get why they do this. Is it really a negative to just keep this damn mode in rotation? It was only playable for a week and then it got removed. This doesn't just apply to infected, but most game modes in previous games. Fan favorite mode gets added, removed sometime later, and you'll either see it come back in a season or two, or it'll just never come back at all. Instead, they bring back something the community doesn't like. Winner's Circle. This just feels like an excuse to make emotes worth it and fill the battle pass. If I have to hear... Kill streaks. Inflation really be hitting the kill streak costs. 600 for a UAV? Now this problem can obviously be mitigated by using the Strategist perk. And also you can use the Bankroll perk too, though you need the perk greed wildcard for that. Increasing the kill streak cost just for the specialty is illogical. Also, the kill streaks themselves are weak. The Watchdog Helo does almost no damage, feels like a pea shooter, and the interceptors do not fit in this game. They fit in Cold War because almost everyone was guaranteed to get a high kill streak due to the system in that game. Ain't no one earning kill streaks here, and what are you using it for? The Watchdog Helo? Now we can finally move on to the good stuff in Black Ops 6. Better user interface. Finally, we are free from the Hulu looking interface. Thank you. This looks so much better. No longer am I getting lost when trying to edit my loadout. The engine. It is very smooth and satisfying. It feels like a nice combination of Cold War and Modern Warfare's engine. You move fast, but not as fast as Vanguard. Being able to sprint in any direction is a nice addition. Shooting while dolphin diving isn't as broken as everyone was hyping it up to be, and while it still takes sliding and jumping corners over dolphin diving, it's a fun change. The Ninja perk. I'm so glad that this perk is in the game. Without it, my enjoyment of Black Ops 6 would be lower. I'm someone who loves running and gunning, and this perk is essential for that. It's so much fun to be able to just flank the enemy without anyone hearing you. Specialties. I know I complain about recon, but if fixed, then it'll be fine in my eyes. I love this addition. It makes many perks that you wouldn't normally use become useful since it gives you a specialty. The Enforcer specialty gives you the quick fix perk and also increased speed whenever you get a kill. I briefly mentioned how strategies can help you earn score streaks faster. You get a bonus score for destroying enemy equipment and playing the objective. You hear that, guys? You can get bonus score for playing the objective. So I like specialties for being additional perks, but also making many perks that not many of us would use, used. Field upgrades. We got many new field upgrades that I think are unique and fun, and I should probably mention them. Acoustic Amp makes enemy footsteps louder for a brief period of time. Morphine Injector is last stand, but it's not as annoying as you think since it's a field upgrade. Because it's a field upgrade, it's not always active. Warcry is the squad battle rage from Warzone, which I use a lot since it gives me a decent amount of score. And Sleeper Agent. I don't think I need to explain how fun it is to disguise yourself as an enemy. I love how we got a lot of unique field upgrades, and who knows, we may get more in this game's lifecycle. Ransack. It's the new Season 1 game mode, and I love it. You and the enemy have safes that can be filled up with gold. There will be safes that contain gold in the middle of the map, but will eventually move similarly to how a hardpoint rotates. You can steal the enemy's gold, but they can also steal yours. Everyone can hold up to 10 points of gold at one time. First to 150 points wins. This is like Capture the Flag with some unique changes. In my opinion, it's a fun game mode and is a nice change from the usual modes we get. Prop Hunt. I'm so glad that this has come back. It's a chill mode that you can play when you want to get away from the tryhards. This fan favorite mode automatically makes any game that it's in so much more fun. It's not a surprise that this is one of the good parts of the game. Recoil wall and firing range. It's really nice to have a quick and simple way to check the recoil patterns on your gun. No longer do we have to load into a private match and check what the patterns look like, though for some reason it's not working properly at the moment. Classic Prestige. This is my first time experiencing Classic Prestige, and I gotta say that I love it. It's way better than waiting for the next season to increase the level cap until it finally reaches 1,250. It's really cool how these rewards are callbacks to the previous Black Ops games. The permanent unlock token gives you a choice on what to keep when you reset your level, which I think is a really cool feature. As someone who has no nostalgia or bias to Classic Prestige, I would like for this to be a permanent feature in future games. Season 1 6v6 maps. I think Extraction and Hideout are an improvement over many of the launch maps. Extraction is a medium-sized map, but its long-range capabilities make me love it. I love maps that can be played with both a long and close-range style. It also has a flank, which is a huge plus for me. As for Hideout, I like how it has two main buildings that are connected to each other, and a decent amount of outside space. It kind of feels like El Asilo from Modern Warfare 2, but a bit smaller. So while I'm not the biggest fan of the launch maps, I gotta say that the post-launch ones are off to a great start. Guns are fairly balanced. This one might not last for long once they start releasing new guns or buffing older ones, but for now, the guns are balanced. There aren't any overpowered weapons in my eyes, and it's nice to know that there's not one gun that is meta. Obviously, some are better than others, but not by a lot. There may be one or two that are really bad, like the AK-47's recoil, but overall, it's balanced. Body shield. Do I really have to explain this one? It is so much fun to just sneak up on an enemy and take them hostage. It's even funnier when you can talk to them. This feature alone has spawned many Call of Duty videos of people doing interesting things with this feature. I honestly love this feature, and it better be in every Call of Duty from now on. I don't want this to be just a one-game feature. Make it permanent. Last but not least, we got listening to the community. Treyarch is one out of the 3 COD studios that is consistently good. Sledgehammer is actually making an improvement in my eyes, while Infinity Ward is just getting worse and worse. Treyarch's willingness to take feedback and fix it is what every game deserves. People complained about the recon specialty being OP, and they fixed the main feature that was being criticized. This is essential for a great year of Call of Duty, and I'm looking forward to it. And that's the end of the video. Multiplayer-wise, I really think that Black Ops 6 has potential to be good. It's just that it was off to a rocky start with some early issues, especially with the maps. But as the life cycle goes on, I really think that this will be one of the better Call of Duties we've had in recent times. Alright, I'll see y'all in the next one.